Hello and welcome. Some of you may have seen a video I did quite similarly to this in the past. Just kidding. I recorded a video similarly to this in the past, recently, which I will be using for personal use only. It's not going to get uploaded. This one you probably will be seeing on my channel, and you'll also likely be seeing the Ender Dragon fight, just because those were things that were kind of cool to see, so... Those were a couple of things that were kind of cool to see, so I'm just gonna run through my chest here for a moment. I'll put one of those on the wall if I don't already have one. I want to find some banners that I should have in here somewhere. They're the purple and black banners. Can't seem to find them, which is kind of weird. You guys are getting a cool look at everything I have here. Alright, moving on. This is a video that's showcasing my house. And so, I'm going to run around and give you guys a quick tour of my yard because in the past I've made worlds like this, or I've played on worlds with my friends like this on servers that then later shut down and lost the worlds and I didn't get any of the builds back, so... over there is Garvey and Ned and Jantone, kind of, where they live. They're all living out over there. I will showcase maybe that. I maybe will show that off later, but probably not. So here we have Hawkston, which is just Hawkston. That's what Garvey thought would be a good name for it. I won't show up because I have F1 on. It's just a little... It's still a work in progress so far because we're still playing the world, but it is my sort of base area. I put up this little divider wall for safety against monsters mostly, but you know, I'll show you this wall real quick, just because it has like a couple of it just has some cobblestone wall here to keep them from going down there. Down there you can see the Pit of Despair and the like little arena ring I made. To fight in the Pit of Despair, and some trees I was growing that I'm planning on burning down because I can't get all the wood out of them conveniently, so. We can take our first steps down the gate. This is all new. Compared to the previous video, I'm doing these update videos regularly, for myself, just because, I want to be able to see this stuff. So, here we have, this is probably one of the most new things. It's Humphrey's shop. It's sort of a little trading outpost I made, where you can go in and there's just some barrels here to store some stuff, and crafting table and a lever into the Humphrey area I've made, which is literally just a librarian villager at max level. He sells some pretty trashy books, 63 emeralds for Smite 5. But he does sell name tags, which is nice for naming stuff, like Humphrey, who I have named. You just can't see it. Humphrey. He's got a bed, some lights. And this is set to a daylight sensor, set to tell when it's night. So when about the same time that he goes to bed, this shuts down and shutter gates his thing, which is cool. We're going to go down this little staircase here. I made this in this natural little crevice that was here the whole time. This has had a lot of history. It originally had like a dirt staircase that came down here, and a creeper blew up. You can see the remains of a creeper hole there, almost. And I got rid of it. There was another way up. I'd go along this edge. I would go along this edge here and just run past before this wall was put in. Around the same time this wall was put in, I built this staircase to easily get up there. And then I built this staircase a little bit later. It's just a nice little path that takes you to the arena, and also the Pit of Despair. I have a dungeon. I have sort of like a prisoner dungeon in my, move my mic closer here. I have a little like prisoner dungeon in my base, and in the early stages of the game, when people were being unruly and the world was still not set in stone too heavily, I'd lock them in the prison cells, and they had the option to mine out the Pit of Despair to bedrock to earn their freedom. We're still not to bedrock, though we could have been much earlier. We just haven't been spending much time on this. Because it's already deep enough for us to have our, like, little arena. You know, you can jump around, and you use punches. And I gotta be really careful, because if I fall into this pit, I'll have to climb all the way down. And you can lock people into the pit. And they can't actually get out through this, so I don't worry about that. It's a lock. They could just break it, but whatever. I have a bunch of carrots growing here, so that's cool. And apparently some potatoes mixed in as well. Oh! Somebody who replanted my field did it, like, efficiently. That's nice. I didn't do that, by the way. I didn't replant that. Here we have my field. I'm just trying to make sure everything has, like, an in-depth look. You don't really need to go down to the bottom of the pit. It's not very interesting, though. There is a, There was originally a ladder system that kind of broke, so right now it's like a janky cobblestone staircase, which is precarious, but that's kind of the idea. So around this corner we have one of the many various gates. There's some over there and in other places that lead into my field that was once full of cows. I killed all the cows. Back when I was making books for enchanting tables. I broke all the cows. I killed them. I bred them all up, murdered them. And I'm growing some mushrooms in here. In this mushroom hut. I didn't like it at first. I thought it kind of stuck out a bit too much, but it's grown on me. It just lives there and it's nice. There's a chicken coop I made, with only a few chickens in it right now, but they lay plenty of eggs. I could breed them more, but I killed them all for feathers to make arrows. Here is, in the last video, if I do upload it, you'll have seen this marina I had made at the time, which I've the marina stayed, and I docked boats at it and things, and it's actually become like a pretty important part of the build. And over there, this is new. I just started this. I'm building a boat. It looks kind of dumb right now, but my hope is that it'll look good when it's done. So yeah, I'm building a boat. I've got some sugarcane growing. I'll take you over there, you know? Give you a quick little look at the marina again. I want to make sure we can see everything, because if I ever lose this build, I want to have everything documented in detail. Like, if there's any specific part of the build I wanted to see at the time, you know, there it is. There it is for me to see it, so. Because a lot of the times I'll reuse designs from previous builds. I built a giant cobblestone tower that was kind of my original inspiration for making that. And that house on the hill was designed after a house I built in a console world. And this chicken coop was not actually designed after anything. The inspiration I had for it was a chicken coop I built a long time ago, but I just designed one differently. Sort of similarly to the one that was on the Minecraft Reloaded world that Jason changed. So, I suppose I should showcase my stable really quickly. One of the doors is missing, and I have just neglected to replace it so far, but we've got some basic space here. My horse, who is Archibald. I don't know if I spelled that right, but this is Jorgen, which is some kind of reference to the PewDiePie Minecraft series, I guess. I don't know. That's Jason's horse, though. And these are my sheep. There's not Kevin with air quotes, Kevin with air quotes, and not Kevin with air quotes, and a couple of random sheep that I bred together, so I haven't named them. That's it. That's my stable. I'll take you over real quick, like, to see. This is new, so it's kind of janky, but it's kind of nice, you know? It's got some charm. I'll break that sticking out part and maybe replace it to there. I don't know. It's a janky-ass bridge. It's kind of designed that way on purpose. It's supposed to look like super janky, and then I'm gonna just like board it together. It's designed to be janky looking, I guess, is basically what I'm saying. And then the big dock, where I have the big ship, and I'll have some smaller ships built here with maybe some villagers on them. Maybe light this up real heavy and get some like borders to keep drowns away, and then light it up real heavy and just have some like maybe like a gate on the dock so that villagers can just run around that marina area there for free. You know, they can just run free. I suppose we'll go out the back door of the stable to make sure that I can really see the interior design of this place. Of course, most of my builds aren't direct rips. It's more like I remembered that I liked a build I had made in the past and decided to build something similar, but I never build it the same because I can't. I don't remember it very well. But this is the sort of guest house in the lighthouse, and this is currently where Squid is staying. Some of you may know Squid from some of my previous videos, but Yeah, he's been living in my lighthouse, which there is a janky staircase and a hole in the wall that I still haven't fixed. That was there the last time I did a record update as well. I keep forgetting about it. But this is the lighthouse. It's actually a really good place to fly elytras off of, if you have the time to do something like that. And it looks nice. It's just a nice addition to the build, I suppose. Would be the best way to charter that. Staircase was not following any kind of pattern, as you can tell. I'm gonna sleep really quickly. I have a bit of a headache. I think I haven't drank any water in quite a while, so. We can come up the path to my house. This wizard tower is really what takes the cake. I haven't done as much work on the overall design of the actual main house, but the wizard tower really takes the cake, so. This is a mushroom guest house I made for people to sleep in. I have beds all over the place. I have like beds just everywhere in this build for anyone who happened to be near my base and wanted to sleep and put their items away. So we'll go around the lighthouse here, or we'll go around the wizard tower here. Get a good look of everything. It's a nice wizard tower, right? I've got a little bench here I put so you can look out over to Garvey's nonsense. And I've got a little water elevator from somewhere in my basement that you'll get to see later. Looping back around to the beginning, it's a gazebo I built. Just, I don't use it very often, it's more just decorational, but you can sort of look out over everything. You can't quite see the pit, but that's okay. I've got my house. Got a mailbox that I can actually open from the inside, and you can't really see it, but I can open this, which is nice, because the other day, Ned was at my door attacking. And I had these are on sticky pistons. I have like a special locking system for all my doors. So these were on sticky pistons. And I was opening the door really quickly. He couldn't get in because the lock was up. But I opened the door and then I would shoot him because he was attacking me. He hid around this corner and I was able to shoot him again by opening the trap door, which was quite convenient at the time. Moving on into my main house here. A lot of changes have happened. Interior-wise, I've got an ender chest and a, not too many changes, but a few. I've got a shulker box here as well. My basement is still the same as it's always been, because it's a very convenient design. It's 3 trapdoors that open up to a cobblestone and a spruce door. This is the new stuff. This is the wizard tower. Originally, there was just a ladder up here, and this water drop, which you can just drop all the way from the top down to the bottom. But recently, I changed out the ladder for a water elevator that shoots you up to the very top. Because I realized that I don't really use the other floors too often. However, I knew that occasionally I would want to use the other floors for accessing things like getting onto my roof conveniently, or getting into my like little attic space where I have a little hidden barrel, which originally everyone knew about. I was just using it to keep my valuables there so I could keep an eye on them. At this point, everyone already knows about it, or everyone already knew about it, but it's actually gotten to a point now where I think everyone might have forgotten that it's there, which means I could start hiding stuff there again, because I completely forgot about it. There's just other places in my base that are more developed, that are more eye-catching. This is my little, like, melon farm. It literally just continuously grows a single melon that I occasionally harvest. It's a guest bedroom. We can go up another floor. I'm just going to close these behind me. We can go up another floor, and it is just a thing that Jason put together where he was making charcoal and some other stuff. I didn't have anything use for this room at the time, so I told him, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Up here is the final floor before the top, where I have a brewing stand. There was originally another one here, and some barrels to hold whatever I decide. And I'm growing a bunch of netherwort, which you can go using the new mechanic of being able to hold shift, and go under blocks that are 1.5. And I could even utilize this somehow, you know, put some kind of secret thing here, you know, that might be cool. Inconvenient to get to, so I'd try and make it something that I don't have to go to very often. And now the top floor, the, like, big thing. It's designed originally for elytras, despite the fact that up until recently I didn't use it for elytras at all, because I thought that getting up the ladder was too inconvenient, and I could just jump off of that and use fireworks. So Designed with elytras in mind, which I've started using it more now because it has the water elevator. It's got the big thing that I use it for, which is enchanting. It's got a full ring of enchanting books, and an anvil, and a barrel where I keep like some lapis and other stuff I'm working on. Crafting table, and for some reason one of the blocks here is missing, which I still haven't fixed, but, you know. This will be a good video to have because it will be able to remind me where all the broken parts are of my base. And this is the part that goes all the way up to the top. It's just a trapdoor that takes you up to the very top of the roof so you can look around and see everything from every angle, which I am excited to be able to see because I want to see that kind of view in the future when I inevitably, well, hopefully I don't lose this world anytime soon. Okay, so now I feel that I've given you a good look around of the outside. Now for the thing, I feel like I'm almost rushing this a bit. I'll probably go back at the very end and do another once-over of everything. But now for the big thing, this is a place where I spend the most time, is my treasure room and my basement. So here's my actual basement. A lot of people have misconceptions as to what my basement is. Jason likes to call this my basement. This is more like the tower's basement. I originally had a villager down here, a cleric, but now it's just sort of like a little room where I can put some more stuff later, I don't know. Jason likes to consider this the basement, despite the fact that that's really more the tower basement, or the bottom floor of the tower. I consider this my basement. I made it with the intention of it being like a basement. It's got some it's got some iron bar walls, and then a primitive auto smelter I made that just auto smelts stuff, so I can ignore it. And this is the lever that locks every door in my house. There's a door down the staircase at the bottom near the prison cells that goes outside, so I lock that one. It locks this one, and it locks this. So it locks the front door. I could have just made those iron doors, I know, but it wouldn't have looked as nice, and I like the current locking mechanism. This is my nether portal. It's pretty good. It was just a convenient place to put one. And so now we're going to go down the staircase. And it's just got, like, you know, half slabs. And this is the dungeon room. It's actually designed so that if you have all three cells filled, actually, it's designed with, like, some kind of puzzle system I put together that makes it so you can actually escape. For some reason, there's no lever on this, but, you know, if you're in this cell, you can actually escape all on your own out this route I made, which I don't know who keeps breaking shit in my house. That's rude, but, yeah. I designed this route here that lets you just walk out to the backyard we saw earlier. I don't know if I ever showcased this staircase. It just takes you up into the basement, and you can. This is also where the This is also where the exit for the secret entrance, secret exit is. There's another staircase. I don't know if we saw this that goes up to the lighthouse. Just want to catch that in. Sorry, I know it's suspenseful. This is new as well. There wasn't originally a railing on this. I put it in to get villagers that I brought in. I brought villagers into my dock and then had to, like, push them up this slope, which was somewhat inconvenient. I used boats for a lot of it, but then I'd block them off once they got in here and try and push them up the stairs, so I had to put the railing on because they kept jumping off. And now I just decided to leave it in case I need more villagers or it's convenient. I'm growing some cocoa beans here as well. Back to the prison, which is just one of the more interesting parts of this. There's also a solitary cell that a few people have been trapped in on accident. It's not really working great right now, but the idea is that if somebody's in one of these cells and they keep just breaking stuff with their fists, like punching down the doors and stuff, you lock them in the solitary cell, which, you know, you get them to go in there, and then you lock the door, and then you push the button. And the button opens that trapdoor, which drops them in. It's not currently armed for that, because there's that dirt pillar there. But eventually I'll go in there and get everything out of there. Yes, I know. Well, for those of you who didn't know, you can punch through obsidian. It takes 5 minutes of continuously holding left click. So you can punch through it, but it's not convenient, so most people don't. This is where the prisoners put their personal items originally, and then they put a sign over which one was theirs. And there is a hidden route behind this that I'll show you guys later that you can get to this without actually having to break back into the prison. There is a button here that closes this door. So if I... This is a good segue into the next part of our tour of my base, which is, you've seen the prison cells, you can see inside of them. They all look roughly like this. With a bed and a barrel to put food in, you know, where I can give them food and things. And each one has a hidden lever that does a different part of the puzzle. So this one has a lever here that closes and opens these interior trapdoors so that you can move between cells. This one here has a lever down there, I believe. I can't actually see it right now because the puzzle doesn't work. Oh, you can see it from here. That opens one of the two trapdoors to escape, and this one opens the last trapdoor to escape. So you have to have, like, I don't know. There are some things I need to fix on it. I need to change the position of this lever. Another thing I need to fix. This is something I just got done working on, and so I wanted to showcase it. Originally, I had more half slabs on here, so you had to crawl. You had to, like, do the shift thing all the way through, but I just made it more convenient for myself. I can close this button, and it'll close the door behind me if I want it to. And this originally was a ladder, so you can get in and out, but I changed it to just a water drop. So you just drop into my treasure room, which segues us into why I needed those banners, because I wanted to put two here. I wanted to put one there to match that, and then I wanted to put two here, so it was villager banners, end banners. And now you get to see, I have the dragon egg, from when we fought the Ender Dragon, which that video might go up on the channel. I have a chorus plant that I have shrouded in glass so it doesn't grow and branch out all over the place. And it looks pretty nice. I've got the dragon head from one of the ships when I got my elytras. And I've got my enchanted turtle shell called the Sea God. It's got Respiration 3, Protection 3, and Unbreaking 3. And boy, oh boy, you can stay underwater for just under 2 minutes with that. A sword I got from the end, and a crossbow I've had since, like, the beginning of the game that just has multi-shot. I put it in my treasure room pretty much as soon as the treasure room was done, and I haven't used it, because I use this, which has quick charge, unbreaking, and piercing. Here's the set of armor and the shield and stuff that I used to fight the Ender Dragon. I had a sword that was very similar to this one. I actually, I had my elytras unequipped, and I jumped into the void thinking they were on, and I actually put them on and started flying and using fireworks to get out of the void, but I died before I could get out. So I lost a very good pickaxe and a very good sword. And the sword had looting 2, sharpness 4. It had looting 2, sharpness 3, sweeping edge 3, and unbreaking, I think. It had quite a few enchantments on it. It was a really good sword, which I miss it, but this one has sharpness 4 and sweeping edge 3, so it's good. And, you know, it's not bad. This shield just has Unbreaking 2 on it. Or Unbreaking 1, not even Unbreaking 2. I used it during the dragon fight. And this is the Dragon Slayer bow. Power 4, Infinity, Unbreaking 3, and Flame, but it also has Curse of Vanishing, which is why I chose to only use it for the dragon fight. Which I didn't die once in, which is cool. Here is what I wanted to get earlier. I have my cat Salem, who I put up on the wall here. She's a sweetie. I love her. And here I have the music disc you get when I got it when a skeleton killed a creeper by chance, and a music disc I have from a dungeon chest. I like this one. Let's listen to it for a while. That's enough of that. I don't want to get copyrighted by Mojang. That is Mojang's music, by the way. I didn't make that. That's totally Mojang and respectively whoever owns and works on that music in Minecraft. This is my armory. I've just got some tools and weaponry in here. I like a dope iron sword. That's nice. A couple of dope iron swords. This one will be good for my mob grinder, which I'll show you. I've got another pair of elytras. I actually have 3 pairs of elytras overall. And some random bits of enchanted armor I got from the end. Dragon head, which, by the way, when I have the dragon head, I can do this. And make it do the mouth thing, which I like. I will quickly take you guys down this staircase. I shouldn't be rushing past any of this. Get you guys the full majesty of my treasure room, which has like all kinds of treasures from when we went to the end, which I'm really proud of that fight. I have the whole thing recorded. I have like 4 different recordings before we got there, because I got a message on Steam saying Toma, we're gonna fight the Ender Dragon boy. Where are you? And then I heard that they thought I was asleep. They thought I was sleeping and that I had gone to bed. And so they were going to fight the Ender Dragon without me, but they tried to message me first. And I actually wasn't even I had just sat down at my computer. So I got a message just saying, we're going to fight the Ender Dragon. Come on. And I was not prepared. I had to, like, get my shit. And then I got all ready to get to the portal. And then D-Boy, one of the people we were fighting with, had to go for dinner. And that time that he had to leave for dinner it actually gave another person who, this is a lot of exposition. I'm sorry if this is kind of boring. There's a member on our team named Squid. You know him in some of the previous videos. Squid had been gone out of town for a week, and he had just gotten back and managed to get on the server while D-Boy was gone, and I kitted him up with armor, and because D-Boy took so long on dinner, we originally were going to wait for him, but he took too long, so he actually ended up missing the dragon fight. But because we waited for him the amount of time we did, it made it so Squid could join. You get that exposition in the video. The point is, I started recording as soon as I got to the portal, but then there was like 25 minutes where I had to wait. There was literally like a 25-minute period of time where I had to wait for D-Boy, and I just had to sit in the portal room, and I even had time to go back home like twice, kit up Squid, and come back and go back and get some stuff. It was a long-ass time. So there's like 7 recordings I have of just waiting before we went to fight the Ender Dragon. That was a boring exposition, but now it's there. So, yeah. Now it's there and you have it. If you wanted context as to what happened prior, that doesn't even matter. You can just watch the video if it goes up, which it definitely will. This is my mob grinder. It's a simple one. It's got a grindstone and a anvil and some chests full of stuff and a furnace and a crafting table. I don't know why there's iron in the furnace, but that's cool. And a trash can to throw away some of the trash armor. So the zombies go here, they die, I pick up the XP, and the items go into here. We can go up the ladder. It's a very basic mob grinder design. It's not as optimal as it could be. The way Garvey told me to design it was to have the water push them up a water elevator that took them up 20 blocks. Or, you know, like 15 blocks, and then had them drop down and hit the ground down there so that they would die in just one punch. But that was too complicated for me. And what I mean by that is just that I couldn't figure it out right away. So I give up because this one worked really well. So that's it. That's all it was. It's just this simple design. It was originally, they only fell into one block, which was right here, but Garvey told me I should put ladders up and have it like this just to make mob cramming happen less and make it a little easier on myself. So I did. That was the best option I had, so I did it. And that was convenient, because it worked. So, anyway, yeah, we fought the Ender Dragon, and I was actually the one most prepared. I was apparently, I had been preparing to fight the Ender Dragon for a while. And as soon as I was ready to fight the Ender Dragon, I waited a couple days. I was expecting it to take longer because, you know, Jason didn't even have iron armor. Squid hadn't even joined the server. D-Boy had just finished his house. And Garvey was still working on his enchanted armor. So I figured it would take a while. Literally, like, 2 days later, they tell me out of nowhere they're going to fight the Ender Dragon. So we can go back up the treasure room. This is the newest thing, by the way. Instead of a ladder, I have a water elevator that takes you out and puts you out here. You can get a quick scope of how this works. It literally just drops us down. Which I wouldn't need because zombies can't get in a gap this big, but baby zombies. I do not want to come back to find a baby zombie and a zombie villager in my villager hut. So that would suck. And I think that is everything. I think that's literally everything. I hope you guys actually enjoy the Ender Dragon fight because this was more of a tour video for myself. Rather than like an actual entertaining video, I put this up more for myself so that I could have a documented video of everything I've built, which is, you know, it's quite a lot, as you can see here. I am really proud of it all as well. It's one of the better builds I've done in, like, a long time. I think my streak of proud survival builds started with the 1.14 single-player world we have, which I still have that world if I do want to record videos on it later, which I actually have an important thing to talk to you guys about that soon. just at the end of this video. So stay tuned till the end if you can, because this is actually some kind of important news. So it started with that world and the jungle house. I'm really proud of that world. I think the things I've built there are really nice. The stable and the bridges and the house. The house itself is really nice, and everything around it is pretty dang cool as well. The cave and the docks I made. Speaking of which, I haven't been on that world in forever. But I really do think that was just a really good world. And this is my most recent builds. This is I call it builds. It's like a whole yard encompassed. And I suppose while I'm talking about this, I will be walking around so I can see everything here. I really enjoyed building on that world, and I didn't really think much of it. I thought that I really liked that build, but it took work, and so, I mean, yes, obviously it took work, but it was like I actually struggled a bit trying to, like, I had to, like, plan and think pretty hard about how I was gonna do certain parts of the build in order to make them look nice. Because for myself, I wanted to build something in survival that looked nice, but it upset me a little bit that I had to actually, like, put a lot of thought into what I was doing, rather than it just coming naturally, because I felt that in the past some of my best builds had just come naturally, and I didn't understand what was happening. But, I mean, that build was nice, but I thought that, you know, it did well, but it was just a starting point. It was like my builds were gonna get better in the near future, but they weren't quite at that level yet. And so I didn't think much of it, but I was in Vegas, which I remember talking to you guys about before I left. I made a video saying I was going to be in Vegas, and I was going to try and record some footage from Vegas to show you guys, which I think I did. But while I was in Vegas, I had a world on my Nintendo Switch for, you know, console Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And I built a house, I kid you not, so amazing. That house there is inspired by it. That tower might be a little bit cooler than the one on my console world, but the one on my console world hasn't seen much, like, detail attention with glowstone and stuff, because I haven't even made it to the nether in that world. I literally only played it for, like, 3 days, and I didn't really do much in those 3 days, because I was just playing it for fun at my uncle's house. And this is the boat I'm building, by the way. I already showed you guys it, but, you know, there it is. So that build was so cool, and there are pictures of it on my Twitter if you want to see it, and I'm really proud of that build, even though it's not nearly as fleshed out as this one, but that's because I've spent more time on this one. But that led into me thinking, I built a cool console world, I bet I could build something cool using the same method on survival, on my PC, on my friend's server. So I did. I went in, I built a house. My thought process was, the last time I got a good build, I just built a small house and added stuff onto it. And boy, oh boy, adding stuff onto this area has made a really dang cool house. My voice is cracking and I'm having uncontrollable burps. God, what is happening? But yeah, this is a really dang cool house. Really dang cool yard. And I'm really proud of it, so that's a more exposition that you guys didn't need, but sort of heartfelt talk, or rant, to say, in some terms. I'm going to do a little once-over without narrating the stuff of the rest of the peninsula here. So, this is some actually important information I need to talk about relating to uploads. I likely will not be uploading anymore. I am going to be uploading stuff, but it's not going to be of the, like, quality and editing you've come to know in recent times with, like, the most recent Minecraft series. I made just a few videos on some me working on tearing apart the bridge, doing some outdoor stuff, and those videos got wild amounts, I mean, not wild amounts, but they got significantly more attention than any of the, like, a majority of the Minecraft videos I've made. They got about average for my channel, but they were more popular than my gaming videos. So I decided to make a new channel, which I have, and I'm not going to publicize it here, because I want it to grow on its own. Because I want this to be an experience for me that isn't related to the past 4 years of doing YouTube on this channel now. You know, I want it to be unrelated. So, I'm not going to publicize my new channel here, but I am doing outdoors vlogs and camping stuff. And that's what I'm going to be doing on that channel this summer. And so I'm looking forward to that. And my birthday's in a couple days, so I can't go on a trip right now. But I think pretty much right after my birthday, I'm going to go look at some stuff. I'm going to go have fun at Bananas. I don't know, maybe some of you think that 16 is too old to be going to Bananas. And I thought that at first too. But then I remembered, fuck that. I want to play laser tag. I want to drive some goddamn go-karts. I want to go in the bumper boats, even if the bumper boats are more of a kiddie thing. Dads and moms go in with their kids all the time, and I want to go in to hang out with my brother and see him enjoy himself. I originally didn't even want to go because I was feeling like weirdly depressed when we talked about it, which that's actually something I need to mention. I've been having some weird depression issues lately that I don't really know how to deal with, but I'm working through it. Don't worry about it, you know? I mean, this is unrelated to why I'm stopping uploading. I'm mostly not uploading just because it's become too much of a toll for something that I only was doing because I enjoyed doing them. And if it's just going to be a bunch of hard work without any gain for me, I mean, I don't need subscribers, but to only have 35 after, like, 4 years of doing this is just discouraging. So I've decided to give up at this point, like, whatever. Anyway, with that exposition out of the way, my birthday's coming up in a few days. I'm going to do some outdoors videos after that. I'm going to do some cool videos on my new channel. But most importantly, I would like to say that I'm not going to be uploading the same way. The series is the Minecraft series is pretty much dead. I mean, if I really get a lot of attention at any point about it and people want me to keep recording it, you know, I can. And I can always do offhand videos just for fun, occasionally when I feel like doing it. But for the most part, I'm pretty much done with gaming videos. I know I have this whole setup, but I've done it. I'm done. You know? So the videos you're going to be seeing on my channel from pretty much here on out are going to be the really long ones, like my most recent Unturned video, where it's just, I was playing with my friends, and I decided I'm going to open my recorder and record. And that one happened to be 5 hours. You didn't have to watch all of it. You didn't have to watch any of it. If you did watch all of it or any of it, then thanks. That's actually cool. But for the most part, that was 5 hours of me just playing Unturned with my friends and enjoying myself. I knew we were going to go to the Ender Dragon, so I pressed record, and then we fought the Ender Dragon, and then I stopped my recorder. And this video was a little more prompted, but you know, for the most part, it's also helping to get the information out there that most of my videos from here on out are going to be just I was playing and I hit record. Not accidentally. I mean, I'm always going to hit it on purpose, but I was playing and I decided to open my recorder and record while I played. No narrative, no narration, just me talking to my friends playing the game. That's Turtle Farm. It's gross. But yeah, so, you know, if that's what you're interested in, some, like, raw footage of me just playing with my friends, and feel free to watch that, but that's, you know, the quality of uploads is definitely gonna go down, the amount of uploads is gonna go down from here on out, and overall, I think I'm just shifting into doing vlogs, I guess, outdoors vlogs, because I enjoy doing that stuff. I was only doing this gaming thing because I was playing the games and I was enjoying playing the games, and so I thought, why not record while I play the games and do some YouTube videos? And then I found that I really like doing YouTube videos, and at this point, I've been doing this on multiple different channels over the years for just about 6 years now. And I've been on this channel for just about 3 years now. And so, to be doing YouTube for so long, it's really become a part of me, so I'm not just going to be able to stop, which is why I'm going to move on to this new channel, because I want to be able to grow this time. I met a friend, I met a friend that when I met them, I had 15 subscribers, and they had 7, and when I met them again recently, I had 35, or when I met them again, I had 35, and they had 40, and I was like, good, your channel's growing, dude. And then when I met them again, it's been like a year, they have close to 400 subscribers now, and I was still at 35, and for a good majority of this channel, I've been at 35 subscribers, and, you know, that's disheartening, but to the 35 of you who are here and subscribe, thank you. I'm just not going to be doing this anymore, you know? There's no point. But I do enjoy outdoors, and so I'm going to be doing that. Enjoy that. If you find me on YouTube, give me a shout, say hashtag RaptorHawk or something. I don't know. That's not the name of the new channel, so I'll know what you're talking about if you message me, if you find my channel. Maybe someday when I'll, you know, showcase the other channel here or showcase this channel there, but I don't know. The point is, video uploads are going to be sparse, and if you wanted more of them, then please say so, because you know, if you wanted me to upload more on this channel, then I would be willing to upload occasionally, but for the most part, I'm probably going to stop. There's hardly anybody watching these, and there's not really a point in continuing, so. This is Hayden signing out. I might get a little emotional for this sign out. This is Hayden signing out for very likely the last real time. The last official sign out here. So this is Hayden signing out. This is Hayden signing out for the last official time. And I will see you in the sky again, hawwklings. Like, you know, I'll be there. Somewhere. I'm always out there. And remember, even if I'm not here to tell you, stay awesome, alright? Never forget to spread your wings. This is Hayden signing out, and I will see you in the sky, hawwklings. Don't be afraid to spread your wings and get out there. Put yourself in the world and fly. And even if I'm not there to tell you, I expect y'all to stay awesome. Alright? Bye.